Hi, everyone. Welcome to Love and Lattes. This is Love Coach Macy, also known as the Reverend Lunch Lady. And I'm here with my team in the Love Advantage headquarters worldwide. We work with people all over the world with the Mr. Buttery Waffle House, new team member. And also you can see Gary Green is here in his special office, the shopping cart, which he has multiple shopping carts all over the house because he likes them. I think it's because he reflects on the thought that, wow, bacon was here once. And that's comforting. So I'm glad you're here today. Thanks for joining. Love and Lattes is a special offering I give as a free service to share really what's alive for me and my private clients, not abusing confidentiality, but those kinds of themes that come up that I know are important on our path to true, meaningful love. And if you are watching this and you're not actually part of the community yet, I recommend liking this page so that you can get notified. Specifically, this group is for, well, my work is geared towards working with the smart single woman, generally over 40, who really wants to create the kind of love that is committed and soulful and meaningful, so you can share your life with someone in a way that really essentially is helping you along to reach your destiny. I know that sounds super dramatic, but that's the truth. This isn't about just getting a couple dates. This is like, how do we create real meaningful partnership in life? And relationship is really all there is. It's relationship with ourself, relationship with divine, relationship with our environment, relationship with our purpose. So that's really an important thing to remember. And I share this stuff because I just really want to make sure that if you're here, that, you know, this is for you. You know, there's a lot of love coaches out there, and, you know, I may not be the one for you. So, and I totally get that. So thanks for being here. Today I wanted to share a story because I had something happen this morning personally that I know is important in dating too. So one of the things that I do as an entrepreneur is, you know, I test different ways of sharing my message. And one of the ways I'm doing that right now is I'm sharing a 5-video series on know your love repellents. And I'm not talking about this right now to get you to sign up for this series, but it's part of the story. So this 5 series, I have a Facebook ad that invites people to get it for free if you want it. And the whole point is it's all the different kind of surprising ways that we push love away. And I call it the Know Your Love Repellents. So it's kind of a little bit like maybe negative in the beginning. But really, what do we want to do? We want to get out of the pain that is, you know, being single and not knowing what to do, or the pain of attracting the wrong people, or the pain of, you know, the fear that comes with thinking, oh no, what if I attract what I had before that took me years to get over or caused me so much trauma? I mean, that stuff is really in our body. So if we've had bad experiences before, then often, well, it will change the way we behave in our future relationships. So there's a lot of different things that I show you in this video series that helps to target and really address specifically what you may be experiencing or doing or not knowing, not being aware of, that you can shift to create more of a love attraction vibe. So I didn't mean to blab about that so much. You can totally check it out, and you can certainly post. Hi, Cindy and Dawn. I'm so psyched you're here. Yay, lovable Lunchables. That's what we're calling people in this community by the genius that came through Dawn Rodriguez, which is so awesome. I love the name. So anyway, the reason why I'm telling you this is I have this Facebook ad out there, and what generally happens is, every once in a while you get someone who's just kind of a troll, right? A person who just says something mean. And in this case, I actually didn't know it was mean. So what she said was, please. And in my sensitive being and in my assumption that, my lens is primarily focused on how can I help more women be at peace with themselves and be in the love vibe that really truly attracts someone that totally gets them, blah, 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 all my mission. Like, that's really where I am all the time. I mean, I really live that. And I'm not saying I'm like this joyful person all the time, because I'm not. I can be super bitchy, ask Larry. But don't ask Waffle, because I'm never bitchy to him. And so, she said, please. So I made the assumption that this person was really suffering. And in my heart just like sunk. I was like, oh, please, I really want to figure this out. That's how I read it. So I noodled on it, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to post, hey, anonymous woman's name. What can I do to help you? Send me, feel free to private message me. Perhaps we can, and let me know whatever I can do to help you. So I reached out, offered a conversation, which, I truly mean. Like, I really specifically, obviously, in my mind, I thought that she was suffering around something. And I was like, okay, I wonder what it is. Maybe I have a different resource. Maybe I have a different tool. And please know, if you're watching this, that's how I roll. Like, I have I'm creative. I have a gazillion tools. So anyway, I wrote, okay, let me know. No. And then she wrote, I don't want your stuff. And then I realized, oh my God, she was being sarcastic when she said please. She was like, please. That's the only way I know how to like act out the tone that comes from the next sentence she said when she said, I don't want your stuff. So then it was like, wow. I mean, I'm going to be totally honest. As much as I teach people not to take things personally, I took it, it stung. Let's just say that. It stung. And I've had trolls many times. This was like actually a baby troll compared to some of the trolls I've had before. Thank you for supporting me. I'm actually fine. So I'm not here to like, I want you to know that, but there really is a good teaching here. So here's the deal. Like, so I recognize it stung, obviously if it stung, I kind of took it personally for a moment. And I do think it's annoying. Like, I just think it's really bizarre. Like, it makes me curious to know what inspires people to take time out of their life to say something mean. So what I think it is that we forget that there actually is another human on the other side. And I did write her a post. Like, I actually took some energy to write it because I actually, in the end, I'll be honest, I actually kind of love trolls because once I get over the sting, I know it's an opportunity for me to share with the women out there, or a few men who want to work with me, because I've had that, with people out there who are suffering in the relationship space, a chance to kind of hear more about, what I'm about and how I look at things. Because I think I look at things differently. I mean, we all have our own perspective. So anyway, so I wrote back and I just said, I saw, oops, I didn't realize that your comment was sarcastic. And then I said, I'm kind of curious to know, what inspired you to write that, and if you thought that there's a person on the other side, because there's a living, breathing human being on the other side who's, sincerely wanting to help people. And I took a moment to consider, how could I help you? And so what we do know is, when these things happen, she's got stuff going on. She's in pain. There's suffering, and it's not about me, and that I don't need to take it personally, and that I don't even need to really take time to do that. But I wanted to, because I feel like there's other people out there. And the reason why I'm telling you this now is it is a really helpful reminder in this world where there's so much technology, social media, online dating apps, things that, it starts with us as individuals remembering that no matter who reaches out, like say you're on an online dating site and someone reaches out and it's kind of bizarre or weird or totally not a match, that they still are a human being. And so to be careful with how we are presenting ourselves in that. Yes, trolls give us a way to see what others are feeling, and it's true. There's just a lot of suffering out there. So that's something that I like to teach my clients around dating. It's easy to think, oh my God, I keep attracting losers and jerks. Well, they're really just all humans. And, there's plenty of people who just aren't our person. And there's plenty of people who are just at a different consciousness. They're doing things in a different way. And how can we manage our own energy by, sort of blessing and go? That's the bless and go. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Didn't really make sense for me, and moving on. Obviously I didn't do just an immediate bless and go, because I feel like there is value in, reminding people that, first of all, even though my name comes across as the Love Advantage on some of these things that I share, I'm Love Coach Macy. I'm Reverend Lunch Lady. I'm one person behind the scenes, doing my best to be on this mission of love. So, how can you kind of check in with yourself? And certainly when you feel the sting, how can you, Dawn said, trolls give away to see what others are feeling, but also just to notice, that, how can we make this another opportunity for more love? And I feel like that's what you're saying by saying, see what others are feeling. It's okay, so we can then move into a place of compassion. Maybe we get mad about it. Maybe we, yell or scream or say mean things to the screen because it hurt, just to get it out of our system. And, but, how can these things become more, bring in more love? Oh, hi. Oh, Clodependence here. One of Gary's Chihuahua friends is on. So that's awesome. Anyway, so this is just becomes a real consciousness of how we navigate our world with other people and how we remember that we are all connected, that we are all having a human experience. We are all, having moments of suffering, and to use those opportunities as an opportunity to come into even more love for yourself and for others. Because when we can do that, then first of all, we're not so triggered by all these things. I actually do now, in a way, even though I still get the stinging feeling, look forward to being able to really settle into, okay, how can I respond to this person with love and actually respond to this person in service of a lot of people? Because there's a lot of people who may read that, and maybe that becomes even more important than what I was sharing in the first place, because they're seeing a new perspective. So, my vision here in this Love and Lattes, if you have any questions, please ask. I just wanted to share that, because it's like, how can we use our energy in a way that, supports us, and that we're not like draining ourselves by like, what was she thinking? Oh my God, what's wrong with me? What, I must be, terrible, and like going into like our own self-loathing rants and like losing it all. But to just, really honor what's real, and what's real is it's just another it's Gary loves his shopping cart so much that he like tries to get in it himself. So he has he loves it. It's his favorite spot. Anyway, so so please share your comments about this, your experience with this. Maybe you've had an online dating experience where you're like, oh my God, because even when we say, oh my God, there's so many losers and jerks out there, that becomes an energy. We're like saying, oh my God, there are losers out there. No, they're humans. So we can cancel those words and just say, okay, yeah, there are humans, and not all of them are going to be my human. And the thing is, the thing about sort of what I like to call unicorn love, the kind of love that you never thought could exist because it's so special and you're with that person who totally gets you, is that, they are special. They're not everyone. So most people are not going to be your person, but it doesn't mean that we have to like make them wrong or attack them or call them names. I feel like I use, jerks, losers, and trolls as a way to kind of, wake people up, because we can get into the habit of using those things. But what I truly feel is that there really are no losers and jerks. Okay, maybe there's a couple. But I really like to look at it in more of a compassionate way as much as I possibly can. So, okay, I've not been on dating sites, too scary. So honestly, what I'm talking about today can make this a lot less scary. And it truly is, online dating does bring up all of our triggers. If you want to know, get an express route to our insecurities and fears, then yeah, that's a way to go. And that's why when I do coach women, I help them navigate it in a way that is not going to make it so debilitating or terrifying. It's actually just one of the many ways we can meet people, and it's just a tool. So just know that, and we don't have to give all of our, power to basically coding. It's code in a computer out on the internet. That's all it is. It's just a database. So just really noticing that if it feels too scary to online date, it's just another thing that it's just something that wants a little love within you. And it's not about the online dating site. It's about, what is it that wants to be seen, heard, witnessed, adored within you, so that it can be free. And when you free those fears within yourself, then I mean, not like fear is going to go away, but there's some of these big things that really do keep us from attracting people, that actually keep us from even dating. Those things, if your heart is saying, I want love, those things are why, well, we should probably work together or work with someone or do something. And I don't even like the word work, but it's just an opportunity to bring more love into your life. So, so glad you're here. If you joined late, please go back to the beginning, because I told a little story. And Helle Lunicorn to all of you. May you have a beautiful weekend. And remember that Mondays are Macy's Magical Meditation Monday, also sponsored by the Love Advantage. And the other thing I want to share with you, couple announcements. One is that I kind of revived my private group. So it's a closed group. I want to invite you to come into that group, because here I'm on my business page. Anyone can be here. It's not really private, so I can understand if you don't want to ask personal questions here. Fine. Makes sense. But please come and join me at the Love Advantage group. So I'll put a link below, but you have to ask to join. And then there's a couple questions that I invite you to answer, which is really nice if you answer them. And that's a place where you can post, you can share. New series I'm putting on YouTube. So the new series is called, I'll post that too. It's called Know Your Love Repellents. And it's 5 videos to kind of address those things that we may not know that we're doing, experience, like vibrating, that push love away. Good series. Lots of stuff. Gary is kind of a star in that series. So I'll post that too. But the other thing, so that, please join the private group, the Love Advantage, for single, spiritually conscious women. Then the other thing is, Larry and I are doing a special retreat next year that's for singles or couples. It's really for anyone who really feels like they're kind of on autopilot in their life, feeling too serious, feeling really stuck, and really want to kind of have some playtime. But it's also going to have a really transformational arc to it, where you can bring an intention that you want to work with, and it's going to be a beautiful process and plenty of time to play, and on the most amazing retreat space ever. Jungle meets the sea. It's going to be during whale season, so I saw whales there last year. The food is unbelievable. The organic, homemade, 3 meals a day are included with your accommodations. Pool, shade, hammocks, dogs. Actually, there's some dogs that are hanging out. You can do a sweat lodge. I mean, there's a million things. So I will also put that link, even though I'm probably overwhelming you with stuff. So anyway, and certainly, if you want to talk one-on-one, let's talk, because the way I can support you is get to know you and give you personalized tips, and talk about how coaching can support you on your path or not, may or may not be a fit. So thank you for being here. Oh, a lap pool. It is not a lap pool. But the cool part about this beach is you could probably do laps in the water. I mean, there was a lot of sporty people there when I was there. People were doing paddle boarding, which is really cool, although you have to rent your own. Walk along the beach. It's super cool. Yeah. What, Cindy? Are you saying that because it doesn't seem possible to do laps in the ocean? It was pretty amazing. And I'm like professional boogie board surfer now. Wave runners. I don't know what that means. Maybe people running in the waves. That sounds really hard. That's probably not something I'll be doing. But anyway, it's so cool. And the other cool thing about the beach there is that there's zero like sliminess or rocks. It's just pure. And the other special thing is we went skinny dipping one night, not mandatory, but it just happened. You know, sometimes those things happen. And then when you go in the water and you do this in the water, there's a special sort of like plankton or something like that, that when you do that, it lights it up and it looks like fireflies in the water. It's super fancy. So jet ski, I didn't see any jet skis. You could probably go in to find one. I'm not sure though. That's not part of what the resort has, but I found it just so relaxing to just be there, watch the sun set. It's like perfect spot for that. You know, hope that whales show up, which they did. And, you know, we don't relax enough. And as women, in order to receive in life, we need to be able to relax. So that in itself is great. We'll be doing Kundalini yoga, creative stuff, meditations in the morning, and so much to offer. Anyway, I think I over-talked that. Oh, good. Dawn, please come with us. It would be amazing. So, and there's a special discount. So if you're still listening, through the end of June, super good amount off. Because I think right now the early bird is only $6.97 for the registration for the retreat. That does not include accommodations or flight. So just know that. $200 off if you use the coupon code WICKEDBIG. All one word, WICKEDBIG. $200 off, which makes it, you know, brings it down to basically $500 just to be a part of the retreat. Then you need to reserve your room, which the room for a week starts at about $1,000. That includes 3 meals a day. It includes a beautiful room. It includes all of the features at the resort, except for a couple excursions, which roughly $20 to $40. So not a big whoop. Anyway, super worth it. Didn't know how much I needed that this year, and it was phenomenal. I couldn't get it out of my mind for weeks after. Larry and I immediately knew that that's the place we were going to host our retreat because we'd already been planning doing something, and it was a no-brainer. So now we'll be there for 2 weeks next year, but our retreat is 1 week. So thanks for being here, lovable Lunchables. And I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Please post more comments. I'm always checking and here to serve. So thank you. Bye, everyone.